Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is a Lorraine 155 Milli 51, the Tier 8 French SPG, and we're on the south spawn, or rather the defending spawn, of Sand River, and it's being commanded by MCHammereD. Yeah, it's that guy again, the guy from the army. Now, what can we say about the Milli 51? Well, they actually did make one of these as a prototype. It was supposed to be slightly faster than the original one, the 50. It was built on the chassis of a Lorraine 40T tank, and I think you can see that in this picture here. And it's got a reliable 155mm howitzer, which is mounted slightly farther forward. But it's pretty accurate, but... and it's fast Arty. The only problem is it doesn't quite have the same punch as its peers. So it can hit the enemy reasonably hard, but not as hard. Oh, that one went in! That hit the Su-14 too, who was located at that position at that moment. So he got a hit, first off. Okay, there's an enemy at E0. Now that's an important choke point for the enemy who's streaming into the south. There are some defenders there nearby. Hopefully they'll be able to keep spotting. FB4202, and he's indicating target. And he gets a hit. 300 hit points, good hit. Now it looks to me like that Yak Tiger and T25 are going to put up some point defense. But MCHammereD's going to try and suppress them with considerable Arty fire. Now he's got some bigger targets to fire at, an AMX 65 ton and an IS-6. He's going for the 65 ton first, who's just received a big hit, and that's a kill shot. 35 hit points, out of the game. And he's relocating, he's moving further west this time. He's indicating his reload with his F8 key. Tells everybody what your state is, what you're doing. If your rest of your team know how many seconds they've got left before the next Arty shell goes out, they'll be able to take action accordingly. And there is only one Arty, or there's two Artys on his side during this battle. Rounds out, and that's a big hit there on the IS-6. 256 hit points, 2 critical hits. Yes, there's two Arty on both sides in this game. He's got a GW Tiger as his teammate, a tier 9 German. And the enemy has had the Su-14 too. And I think that's, it looks to me like a 212. Now he's lining up a shot there on the Wizzy 131. Get it right, and rounds out. Oh, we don't know if he got a hit. Oh, it's an FB3805. Sorry, I missed my silhouettes there. It does appear that the Su-114-2 was actually badly damaged by MCHammereD's shot. But look at that, we got an Udes sitting up on top of the cliff. Thinks he's totally immune to fire because he's far enough away from the enemy tanks not to be seen. But of course, he has been spotted. Rounds out. And that's a hit. He's now regretting that mistake and realizing that yes, he needs to seek cover. You don't just sit out in the open or Arty will get you. Now, MCHammereD was spotted when he moved up there. I think one of the enemy tanks knew where he was, and the worry is that now enemy Arty will be onto him. We don't want that GW Tiger to fire in. Yes, that was a round from there. You can see that's where the enemy Arty just fired. So we now know the GW Tiger's in reload, but he definitely tried to get MCHammereD and failed. Okay, so MCHammereD is going to move the other side of the map now. He's moving further west to a more central point, and of course it's unlikely the GW Tiger will look in that direction. He'll probably still be looking down in the southeast corner trying to find the tracer, but of course the tracer's not going to be there. Okay, the Wizzy 131's making a quick dash through the village on the north village. But in the meantime, oh, that enemy has just gone down. That was an IS-6. It's now a wreck. Okay, now the battle's only been going a short while, but it's halfway through already in terms of time, because this is an assault battle, so it's only 10 minutes, and the enemy's already lost. They've already lost 5 members, but that still means there's a considerable force out there. Okay, he's moving us slightly east again. Probably needs to be careful about moving too far east, because otherwise... Oh, no, he doesn't need to worry. That Tiger P's gone down. Yes, because otherwise the GW Tiger might see him. And that AMX has gone down as well. Okay, he's switching to the other side of the battlefield. There's an LTG. But it's going to take him a little while to dial in. Oh, he stopped! And the other Arty is targeting him. I don't think that was an Arty shot. That was an Object 257. I think we would have seen the tracer coming in if that was an Arty shot in the LTG. But the enemy are now down by 4 tanks. And MCHammereD is saying a decent team at last. Yes, he has got a decent team. And it appears that it's not only him who's decent, it's his teammate in the other Arty, who's also got 2 kills. So, okay, that Lorraine is just doing a bit of spotting. Ah, right, now, right up on top of the rocks there, T25-2, been spotted, indicating target. Now, I'm not sure if that's MCHammereD or the other Arty on his team, but round's going to go in, bit short. Oh, he's stationary now, round's out. Oh, went over the top of him. I would have aimed slightly onto the body, because if there's always a chance the shell will go long. And if you aim for the body, the shell will just go straight into the turret, or should get the turret. Ah, but now we've got an SDRV 103. Now he's in siege mode, so he's obviously trying to get at the his TD defenders. Rounds out. Direct hit, 790, but it's recorded as 322 hit points. And now he's about to get ram killed by the T25-2. And now they're going to go for that other T25-2 who's sitting up there on that rock face. And he's being targeted by somebody, because we've got the targeting arrows. Now, actually, that's from MCHammereD, those targeting arrows. It's in chat as well. Okay, lining him up, and rounds out now. Direct hit. 275 and 2 critical hits. Good shot. There's only 2 enemy left. That T25-2 and the enemy Arty, the GW Tiger. Oh, the FE420, and that's actually been killed. Just been killed. The Lorraine managed to kill the FE3805, and the T25-2 goes down, and that ends the battle. Wow, that was over rather quickly, just at the end. And I think everybody likes that because they're saying good game. And I think it was, yes. And it was only a 3rd class tanker for MCHammereD, but it was a good game in the Lorraine 155 Milli 51. He also picked up a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 6, and he got a Confederate medal because he hit at least 6 enemies that were subsequently destroyed by other members of his team. And there was only 1 kill, the AMX 65 ton, who'd already been massively damaged by the TDs. And MCHammereD finished him off and got rid of him. But yes, he did hit another 6 tanks that were subsequently destroyed by others, so that's worth a Confederate. And if we look at the team scores, he came 4th on damage, 1,857 hit points, and he came joint 2nd out of a rather large group of them with 2 kills. He only got 1 kill, unfortunately, though. But when it came to base XP, again, he's a little way down the table. He's in 6th place with 642 hit points. Not hit points, experience points, I should say. And we can see the other tanks that were higher than him. The Lorraine, the Type 62 did rather well, actually, at 1096 with 2 kills and only a small amount of damage. So he must have been pretty active. there was MCHammereD fired 9 shots. He got 7 direct hits, 7 penetrations, and only 2 splash damage. I think one of those was the one that went over the top of the T25 too. He did damage of 1,857 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit 7 of the enemy, but killed 1 of them. He also did stun assistance of 207 hit points off 8 stuns. On a premium account, he had 29,192 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and the 155mm shells are rather cheap, so it's not too bad on cost. He actually had 19,112 credits spare, and he received 963 XP, but it was ×2 for the first victory of the day, so he actually walked away with 1,926 in total. So yes, it was a good game. You can be reasonably satisfied that that was a reasonably good game for your team, and in fact actually your other players were playing very well. If you look at the fact so many players, well, 5 players managed to get 2 kills in that game, so they were pretty efficient. And then for so many others to get 1 kill apiece means that they were all clued up. There was only a few who weren't actually clued up, and most of them were wiped out, which tends to make me think that they're not that good a player, because they just didn't understand the game. But these guys certainly did seem to understand the game. So well done there, MCHammereD. If you like this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay I'll be featuring in our next video.